Hi all, let us discuss today's Hindu editorial. It is about using social media to convey a lot of news to the people. It is acting as a platform to support between current affairs and citizens of India, not only India, worldwide. But government is not so happy about it because false news circulation has been frequent after the advent of social media. Fake news is easily spread, so we don't know the genuinity of the news. Example, there says 5G is coming into practice, news says, but we don't know the backup and the evidence of what is the real status of 5G. So in order to regulate all these things, the IT intermediary guidelines and digital media ethics code amendment rules have been added to 2023. The union government has added a provision of a fact check unit to identify fake or false or misleading online content related to the government. So if news is telling something about the government, you cannot just publish a video, but the government will do the fact check. Only then the video or photos will go in live in the social media platforms. So they are planning to do this in order to have safety, but there is a contrary to this. So being a democratic nation, individual has views, or individual or a media or a press has the view to criticize or talk about the government. It needn't be factual, just questioning out of curiosity or doubt, because the government needs to explain to the opposition parties questions and all. That is how a healthy democracy is formed. But this is like hampering the right of speech of expression on online platforms. India's freedom of press is guaranteed through Article 19 of the Constitution, with media rights and public right to free speech derived from this article. So always the relationship between the government and the media is said to be in one arm length, because they can't be so friendly with each other. Then we lose the democratic nature of India. Only then, if there is a safe distance, we can keep criticizing each other. If you are close friends with someone, you might not criticize their mistakes thinking that it will hurt them. No, only when you have a safer distance, you can say, no, what you're doing is wrong. So that is what is not might happen when the internet freedom is hampered. So we will wait and see if they are able to hold a right and not take censorship seriously and take away all the most needed content from social media. We'll wait and see how government and the opposition party reacts to this. And next is about the conflict that is going on between India and China. So China's decision to freeze the visas of two Indian journalists, including the Hindu's Beijing correspondent. The problem between India and China is going to the next level. Escalations are, and they are bringing back their journalists. So on April 6, 2023, Chinese journalists, India has taken a step. China said India has shortened the visas for India-based journalists from Beijing. Earlier it used to be 1 year. Now they have brought it down to 3 months, because Beijing's reporters are covering India in a wrong perspective is what they are telling, especially after the release of the BBC documentary. So now China is also cancelling the visas. The counter reaction is this. So this is not a very healthy thing to happen, because Chinese journalists are not allowed to work anywhere. We cannot gain news from them. They are only acting as journalist assistant. They cannot be full stream journalists. They are so safe in handling their journalists. But India has given the full liberty. China can recruit Indian journalists and work with them, and also gather Indian news from the Indian journalists there also. So we will wait and see what happens. Thank you.